Well, hello. I'm Patrick Hanaway, Chair and Board of Blue Deer Center, and I want to welcome Don David Wiley, who will be leading a group of healers at Blue Deer next month, and the Healing Intensive. Still a few spots left, and we wanted to be able to hear from Don David about what makes this unique Healing Intensive different for people who are not feeling well.
Thank you, Patrick. And thanks for hosting me. I'm really looking forward to my time at the Blue Deer Center. That it occupies some spiritually very special land there in the Catskills, and offers such a unique setting for this work that I'm offering. And what you have is in that about a week amount of time, bring both the effects and the directions that are known as part of the power of that spiritual tradition, that shamanic tradition that has been operating for thousands of years, along with some processes that help people who are not part of that culture and can help them relate to how to have a relationship with their lives and a connection, and that on top of specialized healing work that the Healing Intensive was born and found to be very powerful, absolutely life-changing. And so that combination of time, that combination of ritual space, that combination of processes, that combination of healing approaches has produced that bright spiritual, if you would say, chemistry that causes this amazing transformation. And so this is the third year we're offering it. The testimonies have been amazing. And I'm so excited about it's kind of like something old. Again, the tradition has been around for 1,000 years. Something new is a format that allows the power of this work to come forward in that amount of time. So I'm just, again, very thrilled to open this again.
Well, thank you so much. But the aspect of the group of people, the field effect, it's all of what we spoke of, but also if you could add something about why in our group.
Our relationship with divine expressions of the world, they're not singular. We gather in group and in ritual space, which is designed for group experience. Then that adds to the power of what's possible. What you see is that just as the presence of divine forces, the gods, if you speak in that way, arrive and interact, the people show up as a social expression, just like our reality is social expression. And that elevates the potential for transformation in a way beyond just individual activity.
Is there an example that you can give about the kind of transformation that you've seen in people who participated in the Healing Intensive?
Yes, it's in some ways it's complex and paradoxically simple, and that is, what is the basis of emotional and well-being and physical difficulties that people experience in the particular culture, let's call it Western culture. And it comes from a relationship with the world around them, how they interact, how they are informed by it, how do they, which requires them seeing something, and knowing how to move with it. And one of the powers of the healing intensive is to shift the way to see the world that you live in which you now interact and participate with it. So there's like a two-step process here, if we could say it this way. And one is through the shamanic healing processes is to remove those blocks and obscurations that are already built up in the person. And at the same time is to show them a world that is far more accessible and far more alignable with the way you've been walking your life. So what happens is that after you leave the healing intensive, which produces a quite extraordinary, you would say, altered state and a shift of consciousness, that when you go back into your world, it's more than like you went someplace and had an experience and you go home with the t-shirts. Okay. What happens is you actually see a different world. And this is a world that has actually been seen by us as human beings through various cultures throughout times in a way that feels more purposeful, feels more meaningful, has more options of interactiveness, so that you feel you're part of the world in a different way than when you arrive. And so that gives you let's call it a pathway to live with the world and live in a more healthy way, a more related way with yourself, others, and the other than human expressions of reality as reality. And so that is, let's call it the gift that keeps giving. And therefore, rather than spending time to just speak about something, you actually enter into a transformative experience that now that you're actually better suited to engage with. Again, more relational, more that you feel this is the way the world works. That when you go back to your world, you can now interact with it in a way that begins to produce more transformative benefits.
That's really well stated. I thank you. I think that our listeners will be able to relate to that and be able to hear it. And we have seen, as you've noted, just amazing changes in people's lives that have occurred through their participation in the Healing Intensive. And we invite you out there to come and join us for this transformative experience of the Healing Intensive. Thanks so much, Don David.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Again, looking forward to being there on the land.